Next at End of the Day Beer Review, we're looking at Oh Sure. This is a Gusto Brewing Company offering, and this is a Saison, and it's coming in at 5.1% ABV. Check it out. Hi everybody, it's Rich and welcome into the Beer Review, and today we are looking at Oh Sure. This is a Saison, which this is the first one I've ever done on the channel. Now, I had to look up the style. The style is supposed to be sort of dry, sort of fruity, a lot of carbonation, low ABV. So this is about 5.1% ABV. Again, it is Gusto Brewing Company, which so far I have tried a lot of their stuff that I don't normally try when it's not them. And so I saw the Saison on the menu and I figured, what the hell? I've never had one. Let's give it a try. I'm using my Gusto glass. And I'll pour it this way so you can see how it pours. And it pours cloudy, sort of a cloudy, almost whitish yellow in the pour. Nice little head on it. Good amount of carbonation. You can definitely hear that carbonation. About a finger and a half worth of head. But if you look at it, it almost looks like a lemon juice or sort of a hazy IPA. Let's give it a test on the nose. There's a doughiness here, almost like a bread. I'm getting lemon, but not like the sourness of the lemon, sort of like the lemon oil you get off a lemon peel, or the zest that you use when you bake. So yeah, it's sort of a mix between that citrus and that yeast. It's got a nice nose to it. Yeah, this is very nice nose. Now, my expectation is that this is going to be a little bit sour, that it's going to be very carbonated, and I'm sort of thinking that it's going to be more of the doughy flavor, the bready flavor, as opposed to the lemon. But, you know, Gusto surprises me time and again with beers I never would try if it was another brewery. And then to boot, you know, like, I find I like them. So for me to try a Saison, I'm very happy to try theirs first. All right, let's see how it tastes. Okay, it's dry. It definitely makes your mouth sort of go, you know, and especially my tongue is sort of sticking to the roof of my mouth with this. Now, that being said, it almost made my taste buds sort of cramp a little bit in that good way that you get when you bite into something that's sort of enjoyably sweet. And I'm describing this poorly because it's not sweet, but there's a lot going on within this. There's the sort of flavor of like a nice light bread. There's a little bit of bitterness on the back end, but not like IPA bitterness. And then sort of hovering over all of it, there's a very, very vague sort of lemon flavor to it. Again, it's sort of like a lemon zest. Like it's there, you know it's there, but it's not overwhelming. So what I'm getting here is more of that sort of bready note, almost like a bakery product of some type. But I don't mean like a mass-produced bakery item. I mean, this is like bread that somebody is making at home in their kitchen. And I have to tell you, it's very light, it's very crisp. It is a little bit, you know, drier than most of the beers that I normally go for. As you're swallowing, if you exhale through the nose, you get that lemon flavor. And I have to tell you, that sort of brings it all together. It's almost like I don't know how to describe this. It's almost like a lemony, bready type of mix. And the aftertaste is all of that bread. You know, that doughy fresh bread. In fact, I guess fresh bread sitting next to like a basket of lemons on your table, that's the flavor that you're getting. So you're not actually eating the lemons, but the lemon aroma is sort of influencing you as you eat the bread. I know how nuts and sort of like convoluted it was to get to that, but I have to tell you, for a beer that I haven't tried before, style-wise, excuse me, this is impressive because it requires so much thought to describe it, because there's so much there to it, and it's sort of a subtle complexity. So like okay, so I'll try to correct this. If you were just gonna drink this and crush it, it would be easy. It really would. This is a beer that you could eat with a meal and it would not overwhelm the meal, but it would definitely complement it nicely. If you were gonna drink this alone, this would be a really good beer to have on a hot summer night. You know, so to me, I think this is really good. Now, I don't know if this is the typical Saison, because quite frankly, the typical IPA, I don't like. Gusto's IPAs, I've liked. And it's because I think they're such a small and conscientious brewery that they go out of their way to make sure that it all works together. And here, you have an example of a beer that, you know, I would never think bread and lemon and all of this coming together into a beer, but it works. And it works nicely. So, you know, yeah, that is really nice. And, you know, I have to tell you, the more I drink it, the more I really like it. Now, I will say this. It's got 5.1% alcohol, so you can have one or two of these. There's not a hint of alcohol. You cannot taste the booze in this. So, you know, would I classify this as a dangerous beer? No, you know it's 5.1. You know if you drink more than two of these, it's going to be intoxicating. I would, you know, but you could. And so it's not like a 5.1 beer is going to sneak up on you, because you're going to have to drink more than one to actually, you know, have a problem with the level of alcohol you're drinking. But you know, this does really, really not show the fact that it's alcoholic. In fact, if I drank this not knowing, I'm not sure I would really think about the alcohol content at all. It's almost like drinking a Guinness, where the alcohol is almost inconsequential because it is such a lower alcohol. But that's 4.2. This is 5.1. So I think they've crafted it a little bit more. And that alcohol is sort of hidden in the background. I'm not getting the burn that I would get here, not getting a burn in the stomach. This is a lovely beer. And quite honestly, it's now opened the door to me trying this style of beer from other breweries. So, you know, once again, Gusto, I think, has really hit it. You know, I realize that I have yet to give Gusto a bad review, because so far, I haven't had a bad beer from them. Even beers outside of my comfort range have been really, really good. So I'm gonna say it again. I am not sponsored by Gusto, but I do highly recommend them. And quite frankly, if you're down in Cape May, it's worth the trip to check out their, you know, their brewery. They have some really good stuff on tap. Nice folks. And once again, they've put out a really, really solid product. Oh, you know what? Now I'm starting to feel a little warmth in the stomach. Not a burn, just a little warmth. So yeah, this is excellent. Would I buy it again? Yes. Yeah, I think this was like $16.99 or $19.99 for a 4-pack. Is it worth getting? Absolutely. Is it worth sharing? Absolutely. Okay, sorry about that, folks, but my camera is giving me a hard time, so I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. Once again, this is O'Shore, a Gusto Brewing Company Saison. If you happen to be down in North Cape May, New Jersey, I would definitely check that brewery out. And would I buy O'Shore, the Saison again? I would. Well worth it. I'm gonna sit back, enjoy the rest of this, and I'll see you next time on End of the Day Beer Review. Hey, if you're new here, think about subscribing, throw a comment down below, like. If you have, you know, if you've tried something from Gusto, I'd love to hear about it. If you have another Saison I should try, I'd love to hear about that too. Anyway, folks, have a good night. Cheers.